Tonight's episode of Podzilla After Dark is brought to you by the Freak Phone. Call 1-900-490-FREAK.
It's the Freak Phone, and here's the party freak, Freddy Freaker.
Can we not? Are we doing this again?
Thank you.
You're welcome. I liked it. And that's our new sponsor, Freddy Freaker. You can find all of his products online at freddyfreaker.com. Probably.
I wonder if that's a real website.
Well, Ethan's got a shirt.
Yeah, I do.
He legitimately has a Freddy Freaker shirt.
Yep. Sharkrobot.com/Oni.
How can you remember that?
What?
You can't remember if we're on the show or not.
Are we on the show?
Welcome to Podzilla After Dark, here on the Podzilla 1985 Network. My name is Shannon Young. I'm going to be your host tonight. Down at the end of the table, we got the Jesse Kimball.
That's me.
The Lindsay Wolfgong.
Hola.
Two special guests with us tonight in the rotation of the hole left by Mandy. Mandy's hole. We got Ethan Craig Miles. It took me a second. I apologize.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, I'll be goddamned. FreddyFreaker.com, actual website.
Wow.
And it looks like a shitty website straight out of the night. This is some motherfucker's GeoCities page right here.
I miss GeoCities.
Also, Ali Abear.
Hi.
You can buy collectibles, including a watch.
He has his own wiki page.
That's how you know you've made it in life.
Which is great considering that Freddy... All right, I don't know if we've actually explained this
Meet
joke on the show
freakers
before.
at Freddy's Facebook club.
What?
I'm going to this shit.
This has gone too far.
Jesse, no, don't go down that rabbit hole.
So if
Has
you,
not been a post since May 28th of 2018.
Woo! If
Nope,
you
never mind. That's not true.
If you've never seen Freddy Freaker, do yourself a favor and go on YouTube and just look up Freddy Freaker. It was a minute ad that they made in the 80s that never went anywhere, but someone discovered it and now it's like a really popular meme. And I love it. I think it's hilarious. Hunter and I and Ethan have just been singing its praises for the past week.
I'm so glad that you and Hunter really got into it. To me, it was like out of nowhere because I would kind of pass the whole like Freddy Freaker phase.
But it's the Freak Phone.
Yeah, it's the Freak Phone.
It'll tell you what's hot and what's not.
We gotta stop. We're on the show.
He's got his own Twitter too, and he's got way more followers than I do.
I want one of his tweets to be like, "Yep, I'm still a freak."
All right, so apparently I think you can also buy Freddy Freaker dolls.
No.
And I need someone out there to buy one. Take a picture. All right, buy a Freddy Freaker doll. Take a picture with it.
And at Shannon Young.
And then at me on Twitter or post it on our Facebook page, Podzilla 1985. And you will get the Podzilla 1985 prize package, including an autographed picture of the entire cast, a special recording of Allie dropping the F-bomb. And no, they're going to get it. If they get a picture with Freddy Freaker, and you're going to get the prize package. The first person to get it wins.
Define picture with Freddy Freaker.
It has to be one of the dolls. You can't Photoshop it. We have experts on the payroll that can tell whether or not it's been Photoshopped.
Just you take a selfie with the doll.
Yeah, get a selfie with the doll. You have to buy the doll, and then you have to get a selfie with it. And then you will win the Podzilla prize package, the Triple P.
$2 a call.
$2 a call. It's the Freak Phone.
This can't be the whole show with me on it today.
It might be.
It very well could. There's also a Freddy Freaker pin. It's a limited edition, and it's also on sharkrobot.com. I need you to purchase that and send it to Allie here at the 709 Gaming Grounds. She will add it to her pins on her hat and her, no, not your hat, your jacket.
Yes.
And she will proudly display the Freddy Freaker pin. So, all right. Well, that was a fun show. Yeah. We're going to be back on Sunday with Nerd Up.
What?
Nerd Up. It's a show you're on usually.
I mean, I haven't been in a while.
Jesse, is that true?
True-ish.
It's been a couple weeks. Because we keep going to the movies and they keep having morning shows.
Oh,
We
yeah.
got a morning show this Sunday, too.
Speaking of that,
I got Lilo and Stitch.
Allie just told me, she's like, you've got to go. She gave me specific instructions to go see Tangled with you you guys.
Yes, that's
He's
in
never
2
seen
weekends.
Tangled.
I never
It's so
have.
good. This one hasn't seen it either.
Why you got to put me on a spot like that?
Because.
I mean, yeah, I've been playing Kingdom Hearts 3, and it has one of those areas, and I'm just like, as I was playing
pans. Who knew?
Yeah, as I was playing it, I just like casually told Allie, I'm like, I never actually seen Tangled, and her response was just,
Why?
That's all right. Dalton today let it slip that he's never seen Frozen.
I never seen Frozen either. I saw the end of Frozen.
It's not
Fuck's
like
wrong
I've
with you?
actively avoided Tangled, but
Well, when
Same.
I watched when we watched Little Mermaid on Sunday, that was the first time I'd ever seen Little Mermaid.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
that actually surprises me a lot.
I was not a big Disney guy growing up.
But you've lived with Lindsay for like 15 years.
Oh, my influence
Just
on her.
because I've had it on doesn't mean he's watched it while I've had it on.
I tune
is
her
fair.
out the same way she tunes out Freddy Freaker. The same way she would tune out the shows that I watched that she didn't like, which I can't think of many. X-Files.
I would watch X-Files.
And by a
I
watch-
just might have my DS out at the same time.
Yeah, but I would watch X-Files. She would lay in bed reading or comics or playing Pokemon while X-Files was on.
Man, I'm
What's
jealous.
what's Mulder's first name?
Let's be fair.
Fox,
What's Scully's first name?
Dana.
Shit.
Let's be fair. You can watch TV and like play on a DS or a phone at the same time. Like,
Not if you really want to pay attention.
I was gonna
though.
say like
I mean,
disagree.
I'm one of those people that I have to be doing something else unless there's subtitles.
I was gonna say like I'm completely jealous of people who have that ability to do so because I either have to be completely all in on one thing or just I can't do like two things at a time.
Don't get
I
me
blame
wrong.
college because I did most of my homework while we watched
I can
stuff.
barely like breathe and walk at the same time.
That is true. I've seen times where Ethan has had to stop breathing to get from point A to point B, and it's
he
always
has to stop walking and just like,
You take a
and
big
he starts walking.
It's like Ethan, did you forget again?
Whenever I was growing up, it always drove my mom crazy, and it drove Lindsay crazy too for the longest time because I would have the TV on
Yes.
and music, and I'd be playing video games all at
I
the
don't
same
know
time.
how you could do that.
I love noise.
Like, I can understand the TV and the game, or the music and the game, but the music and the TV at once, I can't do that.
constant noise is my friend.
So when I'd have to put my headphones on just because it was too much.
That way it drowns out the actual noise inside your head.
Yeah, that way it drowns out the phone calls.
I
in
don't
my
have
brain.
that problem.
I disagree.
What kind of phone call, Shannon?
One of us had a nervous breakdown at the 1-890 freak. One of us had an actual breakdown at work. Guess who that was?
Me.
I'm sorry, Lindsay.
Yes, I had an emotional breakdown when we worked at Stephen Barry's.
She really did. And it
We
wasn't-
went to lunch. I just started crying and I could not stop.
And it
Like,
wasn't for
just-
the reasons you'd think either. It was
Was
because
there anything?
Oh, it was me.
Oh, okay.
It was because of me and my money problems, apparently. Apparently, I'm not good with money.
What?
Was that the same situation that I
was.
like freaked out?
It was.
Freddie freaked out?
Shannon is the spend king.
I only had one time that I freaked out at Stephen Barry's and I had a breakdown, but it was because it was lightning outside and I didn't want to go back to work because I was afraid to go from the parking lot at Taco Bell to my car, from the door to the car. I didn't want to do it. So we sat in there and I was like, the lightning was so close and the thunder was so loud, I was scared. Because I had an incident when I was younger where I was out in a storm and it paralyzed me with fear of thunderstorms for a long time.
Okay.
But not so much anymore because we don't get them here in Cave. We don't get anything. We
get
got some cold weather.
Yeah.
You're not knocking on wood. This
I
There's
know
a
I'm
winter
not.
weather advisory
In
tonight.
Perryville, yeah, that too. I got that today.
Yep. I don't think it's going to do anything, but the advisory is there.
I didn't
It
get
never
any
does.
phone calls from my workers, so I'm assuming it hasn't done anything bad.
What if you got
It's
a
supposed to start at like 1 a.m.
what
Don't
if
you do it,
What if you got a
Shannon.
phone call from last name Freaker, and the first name came up as Freddie?
I would not answer the phone.
Wasn't yesterday you like you called the Jackson store? And you just
What
like
did you do to
pulled-
Billy?
Billy answered. He said, "Hey, what's up?" And all he heard was 1-900-19.
You pulled up the video and placed it
That
up against
doesn't
the speakers.
surprise me at
And
all.
he hung up on
Poor
me.
Billy.
Yeah. And then like the first message you gave Billy was like, "I love you. I'm so sorry."
Well, you got to apologize to him really quick so Billy doesn't like quit and go back to Cleveland or whatever.
Was he in Cleveland?
Where was it?
He was in Ohio, but I don't think it was
Yeah,
Cleveland.
Probably wasn't Cleveland. That's too obvious.
Cincinnati, maybe?
Maybe Cincinnati. Yeah. You know, Ohio has 2 baseball teams.
You have 2 football teams as well.
Do they really?
Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Wow. I
One of
forgot
those
about that.
teams is decent.
It's true.
They also have one of
It's
the most
the Browns.
racist teams.
This last year, anyway, the Browns are definitely better than the Bengals.
Really?
Jesse,
Yeah.
when
Bengals were
is
awful
the
this
Super
season.
Bowl?
It's this coming
Sunday.
Sunday, February 3rd.
Shit, it's this Sunday?
Yep.
Yep.
Are you watching it at your place, I'm guessing?
I am. I
Did you
invited
not read
to
his
the-
invite?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
I didn't get it.
You know how much it
thought you
took
did.
for me not
Nope.
to respond back.
It's
Football is
football. Then
dumb.
why would he invite you to
Seeing that I
football?
posted football is dumb, and then you sent the invite, and I really wanted to respond back. Football is dumb, but I resisted.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
I saw the invite and I was like, look, we all know I'm not going, so why even read it? And then I'll get your hopes up.
I figured, like I could lure you there with pizza and various other things. And
hopefully not anymore. Camaraderie, maybe. Camaraderie is not fattening. That's not true. If it's me and Bob, it is. Because we talk each other.
That plate of pizza rolls and 3 pizzas. And...
We talk each other into things that men don't normally do together. I said what meant. Jesse, can we talk about anti-vaxxers?
Yeah, we can. We sure can.
So, there is a measles outbreak going on right now.
There sure is.
In, where is it? Is it Washington? Yeah. Oh.
Their governor declared a state of emergency. Is that what I read?
Well, because all these people are having trouble with their kids and no one knows what to do. So, a woman...
All their healing crystals.
One woman went on an anti-vaxxers page called the Natural Health Anti-Vax Community. I'm not going to say her name because I don't need to cause her any more stress than these people have. But she said, my 3-year-old is not vaccinated and there is currently a measles outbreak in my state. Any suggestions for precautions I could take to protect her would be very much appreciated.
Vaccinate her.
And the replies were violently funny.
A lot of them were basically just that. Like, yeah, a vaccine.
My favorites are, let me see if where the good ones are. Bring her to the edge of the flat earth. There's air. The air's cleaner there.
Oh.
Have you tried thoughts and prayers?
Damn it.
Did you try sharing her picture on Facebook with the caption 1 like equal 1 prayer with the little praying symbol? Build a wall around her and make the vaccinated people pay for it.
Oh, God.
Oh, the one woman posted a t-shirt that says vaccines cause adults. Oh, these aren't the good ones though. I gotta find the ones that I really like. There was one that just said, "My advice: don't get attached to her."
Oh,
fun.
There was one that said, "I hope you just named her girl."
Oh.
I also like the ones a whole lot of just like the ones that sound like actual advice that those kind of people would subscribe to. Like, all right, get like this, and this essential oil, like mix them all together, and then like just kind of like bathe them in it. It won't do anything, but you'll feel like you tried.
Wasn't there one that was like that, but at the end it just said, so they'll smell nice for the corner.
Yeah, because he likes aromatherapy.
Dang.
Here's one. She's 3 years old, never been vaccinated for anything. Well, that's middle age. She's lived a good life. Just between us, this kid's not your favorite, right?
Oh.
Oh, man.
Yeah, don't get too attached to that child. I was vaccinated, but I also ate kale once. I'll let you decide why I've never had the measles. If only they made some type of vaccination to prevent the child from getting it. Oh, best part of knocking up anti-vaxxers, only 9 years of child support instead of 18.
Ouch.
God damn.
I don't like the internet right now.
God damn. Hold on, it keeps going. Unvaccinated children
Why
are
is it still going?
Unvaccinated children are like dark humor. They never get old.
Oh.
The internet supplies our jokes for today.
Seriously.
Whenever I get the measles, I always eat 2 Tide Pods and wash it down with a gallon of bleach.
Oh, jeez.
That'd just be painful.
Milk Bones dog treats. I give them to our dog, and he's never had the measles. Hey, I just met you, and this is crazy. I have your answer. Just vax her, maybe.
I like that they took the time to make it the song.
Still going. Frank's hot sauce. I put that shit on everything. Did you try putting the child in rice? What about turning it off and on?
Oh, no.
Oh, that's so messed up. That's so messed up. It's so good.
There's a big one about Windex that's just too long. Depending on the size, maybe you can reinsert her into your vagina.
You.
Thanks for that image.
And that's all I'm going to do. I think that's funny. But the point
you got
is,
enough
I find it kind of ironic that Allie is like drawing a ghost right now.
while we're talking about dead children,
And anti-vaxxers.
I want to just say that I know I got in some trouble once because we did a show that brought up anti-vaxxers and vaccinations. And a friend of mine got upset with me over the topic. I don't have an opinion on vaccinations because I don't know. I literally don't know enough about it. Like, I hear that it's stupid not to get them vaccinated, but I haven't poured over the data myself. So I take the neutral stance, and for no other reason than to stop myself from getting more hate. You guys can hate on it all you want, and then you guys can speak for me. Why are you giving me that look?
You pandering motherfucker.
Hey, I know my audience. I'm political.
Uh-huh.
Very political. If you had to pick between having an autistic child or a dead one, what would you pick?
Why are
It's
you
a
looking
very
at me?
easy answer.
Well, not necessarily. What if you don't like the kid?
Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ.
One of my favorite replies was, you could take it to New York, they'll abort her.
Ouch.
Fuck.
Because they passed that.
That's a play on multiple laws. Yeah.
Well, we're getting in deep tonight.
I thought this was the
I'm
random show.
uncomfortable.
This isn't random.
It's not?
This is a very pointed topic tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, oh, no.
That brings us to the motherfucker of the week.
Oh,
Okay.
no.
This week's motherfucker of the week is Shannon for relaying those jokes and then not taking a stance on a very important issue.
That... I can't even articulate words, which is great because I'm on a show that's important about
It's
articulating
like it's a
words.
podcast.
You managed to say articulate.
Where you
Yeah,
speak.
twice.
Once when I had a ridiculously high fever, I was in the hospital because the fever, very high. I tried to say articulate. I was apologizing to the nurse that was taking my information. And I said, sorry, normally I am more articulancy.
Articulancy.
I don't remember this happening exactly, but Trevor tells me about it frequently. He is the one that took me to the hospital because I had a fever of 106.
Oh, so this wasn't when you were 8.
No, this is when I was in college. And basically I had this problem where I got really sick. And I usually, up to that point in my life, if I get sick, I just kind of go to sleep and it goes away. Mm-hmm. That had been the case for most of my life. By the time that common sense would have dictated that sleep wasn't going to fix it, I was too delirious to know that. So, I lived with Trevor in the dorms, and bless the boy, he'd put out, water for me, and then he'd go to class, and I would just,
Like the dog you are.
Just put a dish out and say, here you go.
and you put out 3 or 4 bottles of water just next to me on the ground where I lay in near fetal position because I was literally dying. And he finally he brought my friend Allie over, and
Different Allie.
very different Allie.
Different.
She came over. Her mom is a nurse, and she asked me some of my symptoms, and she relayed them. She's like, at the very least, you need to get him to the campus doctor's office. They wheel me in there. They take my temperature. You need to get him to an emergency room now. And so I went, and I don't remember much after I got there until I was in I have flashes of I know they took an MRI and a bunch of other stuff because they're trying to figure out what was wrong with me. I think they were trying to milk insurance that they didn't know I didn't have.
Now, were you vaccinated as a child?
Yes,
And you still got sick?
I did. I got a combination pneumonia, sinus infection, and a stomach virus.
And that was all from that place in Colorado?
No, that was food poisoning. Very different situation. This was when I was in college.
You had that at again?
It was in Nebraska.
Oh, but what was the place?
Wendy's.
There it is. That's why we don't go to Wendy's.
Yeah, it was a Wendy's in Nebraska that gave me food poisoning so bad that I was holed up in a hotel room for 3 days. We were there for a wedding.
It was your fault for ordering the colon blow.
Also known as the spicy chicken sandwich.
Oh, how spicy was it?
Oh, I don't remember.
Ethan, we brought you on today because you wanted to talk a little bit about Kingdom Hearts.
A little bit.
So I'm going to give you 3 minutes to talk about it.
Okay. Oh, shoot.
And we're all going to be busying ourselves with other things.
I mean, you guys have been since the show started. Because Allie's been drawing art. Lindsay's on the phone. By the reflection of her glasses, it looks like she's on.
I'm checking my messages on Sly Ducky Creations.
Okay.
Oh yeah,
And I can't tell what Jesse's doing.
You've been gone for a while. This
Yeah.
is what we do. Except me, because I'm too fidgety.
I'm not usually on my phone, but right now I'm doing something.
What are you doing? I'm curious.
Playing a game.
Is it the marble game?
No.
Is it? What is it?
It's called Idle Heroes.
Oh, that one you were showing me the other day.
I don't. Oh yeah. It was I was playing at the pay-per-view.
By the way, speaking of new games, before you get to Kingdom Hearts and online games, they released. I think this is the first or second MMO for the Switch. Came out yesterday.
What game?
It's called Onigiri. It is Japanese based, and
It's been on Steam for a while, hasn't it?
It has. Yeah, it's been on Steam. I think it's on Xbox as well. It's free to play. I tried it out last night, and boy, is it rough.
It's moe garbage.
Kind of. If you have you tried it?
I remember playing it when I first got my Xbox One. I'm like, oh, this looks anime. It's free. I'll
It's
try
extremely anime.
Yeah. And then I played it for like 5 minutes, and then I'm like, okay, time to uninstall.
Yeah, I
All
tried.
right. Now, Ethan, I need you to define moe garbage.
Just like really bright, lots of fan service in the bad way,
So
nudity.
anime.
Yes.
Yeah.
all
the
right.
most like stereotypical.
Well, see, I was hoping for nudity because judging from the women on the cover, I was like, someone's going to pop a nipple at some point. I played for about 30, 40 minutes. There was no nipples. There was...
And you were that's when you
Like,
got to
nope, I'm
pay
done.
for the loot boxes.
there was 5 or 6 frames per second when I played it in town where other people were. When you got to like the dungeons, it wasn't so bad. But yeah, playing through the regular... Oh, it was just bad. It's just bad. Stay away from Onigiri. I know it's free, but save your money.
Save your time.
Now, Kingdom Hearts 3, on the other hand, also has fan service and nipples.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my God, Goofy.
Also, in that game, I don't know if you guys have noticed. I don't know who here is a Kingdom Hearts fan. I know Ethan is.
That's
I
why
think Ethan
I
may
like
be the only one at the
concept
table.
of it, but I've never actually played.
That's why I've actually been very fairly hesitant. I was like, do I even want to really talk about it?
Yeah, no, I want to talk about it. It's a hot
Okay,
game.
yeah.
Can you explain to me why Donald is the way he is? Why he talks so slow?
Donald makes me miss Mattson.
Yeah, I miss Madsen too. But Donald in this game, like, I'm not gonna do the voice because I can do the thing, but I can't do its like speech.
Yeah.
But Donald will literally say like, "Oh, I think this is a good place to find ingredients," but he says it in the Donald voice. But he says it like he just learned English.
Well, you also listen to that clip.
Over and over and over and
Because-
over.
But I also listened to Dalton play it today, and every time Donald would say something, even like 5 or 6 words, he'd stretch it out into an entire paragraph. Because he talks so slow. Because I guess you can't understand him otherwise.
Well,
Except...
That, and probably to make sure that it doesn't sound like other things.
You're bringing up the Who Framed Roger Rabbit, the clip that I showed you guys last night. Yeah, it's
Just
bad.
imagine Sora fighting Heartless in Who Framed Roger Rabbit.
Have you ever seen Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Yes, I have.
Do you remember the part where Donald and Daffy are playing
Yes.
the piano against each other? And Asa didn't believe me when I said it sounds like Donald says dumb,
You
dumb, stupid
stupid,
N-word.
uh-huh.
Yeah. And Asa didn't believe me. So I played the clip, and Allie can attest to this. The look on his face of, what else is that supposed to be? That's clearly that.
Yeah, if you have it, like it's one of those things like your brain is making that what you hear because that's what you read.
Yeah.
and it's close enough. It's the same thing that causes like misheard lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. The other one that came up very recently was it Grover?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. That sounds like an excellent idea versus that's a fucking excellent idea.
Yeah.
That
And
sounds
that-
like an excellent idea.
that
That's
truly-
a fucking excellent idea.
And that truly was, depending on which one you thought you heard, that's what you heard.
Yeah,
That was insane.
I mean, it's the same thing with the Donald thing. I'm sure if you like had what he actually said written down, like if you had the
Unfortunately, we
two,
don't,
then you could hear
because
it.
nobody can understand him. But we hear him on DuckTales, and it's the same voice actor, and he doesn't speak so slowly. But so
Maybe-
I was going to ask Lindsay, does he actually talk in DuckTales, or does he just make quacky quack noises?
No, he talks.
Quacky quack.
Then I don't
noises.
understand why he talks like a freaking moron.
Maybe
in Kingdom
because they
Hearts.
figure kids are going to be playing it and they might not be able to fully understand. Because in the House of Mouse, like the kids shows,
Yeah.
Donald talks slower in that
Okay.
too.
Isn't DuckTales for kids?
Yes, but it's more of an action cartoon where the other one is more like preschool, which preschoolers shouldn't be playing Kingdom Hearts, but parents just be like, "Ooh, it's Disney! Here, play this."
I would almost say
I
like
could
it's
pursue this more, but I'm going to let it go.
I don't know. Let go.
No. I did see that segment. I was pretty happy with that today.
Okay, you were happy with it.
I was
Okay.
because I am such a big fan of Frozen. Mm-hmm. Like legitimately, I loved that film and I loved that song so much. So when I saw Dalton was playing it today and they had the full thing in there, and it's really funny that they'll like include Sora and Mickey or Sora, Donald, and Goofy in those scenes. So like it'll be the scene from the movie, but then the like Sora's just in the background. Yeah. Just watching it going like, well, that's cool.
Wow.
It's like,
Sora!
hey, we're here. Can we talk to you?
Put the Keyblade in me.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that was the
Wow.
I don't know
pre-show
if I-
joke last night.
Shit, you listen to the pre-show.
I always listen to the
I
pre-show.
sometimes worry. But
Yeah,
yeah, pre-show. So 1 out of 10, what do you give Kingdom Hearts right now?
Right now, I am about, I want to say 14 hours in. I don't exactly want to give off like where I am or story.
Why, are you afraid the government's gonna come get you?
A little bit, yeah.
Where
He
are
doesn't
you?
want to
Ethan?
spoil things
No,
for
the
people.
government is shut down right now.
No, it's not.
We're open
That
for
is-
another 2 more weeks.
Okay, well, that's just
How
another
are
2
we
weeks.
the only ones that know this? Because
I
Dalton
don't
also
know.
last night was like, wait, the government's open again?
Yeah.
I get real
My
bored at
coworkers
work,
didn't
so I've been
know
reading the
either.
news
It's
on
just
my
gonna,
phone.
well, Calvin's special case.
I said my coworker.
Oh, I thought you said your brother.
No, I don't know
Allie,
if my brother
the plot
knows.
twist is that I'm the special case.
Don't touch her. Get your hand off. Where are you? What town are you in?
I'm actually in the frozen world. Not a
Spoiler alert.
Yeah,
The Elsa girl you meet,
yeah,
she can use ice.
dude.
Also, did you know there are no Final Fantasy characters in it?
That I did not know because I had like an idea. I was like, okay, I'm so many hours into the game. Where's where?
Any Final Fantasy
Yeah.
Doesn't that
characters?
defeat the purpose of its original? Like,
And I was kind of disappointed because I'm like, oh man, it would be really cool if Noctis showed up.
Yeah, there's. I looked into it today because Dalton is also like 15 hours into it, and I said, "So how many Final Fantasy characters have you come across?" He's like, "None. I haven't seen any." And I thought, well, that's weird that there would be so much Kingdom Hearts and so little Final Fantasy. So I looked it up, and spoiler alert for anybody playing it. I already said it, so you're out of luck. But there's hints about Final Fantasy characters.
Yes.
There's a Moogle in the game. That's the only character in there. There's a statue of Cloud in the game. And then there's toy boxes of the Dissidia characters.
Yes,
in the Toy Story
I
world.
completely like skipped over that until I went back later to just kind of like look for materials that I could synthesize. And I'm just like, oh, whoa, they had this. They actually like made the summons, and they had like a little display.
Yeah.
The Final Fantasy
Dissidia,
Dissidia NT,
yeah.
which
I would love
Ooh,
those
boy.
toys for real.
yes,
More than the game, because that game was kind of hot garbage.
yeah.
Calvin's the only one that clings to it.
Why?
I don't know, because Calvin doesn't want to
He
admit
really
he was
likes
wrong.
Final Fantasy.
I mean,
Yeah, he
Final
doesn't admit he
Fantasy,
was
Dissidia
wrong.
Final Fantasy is really good, especially Dissidia 012. But I mean,
The
like,
PS4 version was not great.
correct. There's too much going on. But Kingdom Hearts
Looks
yes,
good.
It looks good. It runs at 60 at like on all the platforms, like even not just the Pro and the X, which I was shocked to find that out.
But just the 4 and the 1.
Yeah, and I do have some issues with the combat. There's like so much going on, like you're constantly you have like these like little park attractions that'll come up, and then they act as like special moves to like damage the enemies.
Yeah, I didn't understand
but
that.
it happens way too frequently.
I saw Dalton do it. He got in like a bumper car and was just like riding around. Like,
that just seems silly.
I don't understand the
mean-
game. I don't understand Kingdom Hearts. Play a better game.
Okay,
I
what
watched
game would you
my,
suggest?
Play Onigiri.
No.
I watched my roommate play it, and I will admit the game is very, very pretty for a 14-year-old title.
Shit, Jesse. What area was he in? Because some of those graphics are legitimately nice. The Pirates of the Caribbean world. Well, you haven't got there yet, have you?
No, I haven't,
Pirates
but-
World's really cool looking. I mean, Frozen looks good because it looks like the movie.
Yeah.
Like everyone looks like they do in the world that they belong to, which is neat. I almost thought about getting it just because I figured Lindsay might want to try it out.
I haven't played any of the other ones.
Yeah, but I mean,
So she will be. Even people that have played all of the games are still lost in Kingdom Hearts 3.
the people that made the games don't actually know what's happening.
And I do give it crap. It legitimately did look good. That was just the joke I made then. I thought it was clever. So
It
I
was
decided to
funny,
make it again.
and you know what was funny because Ethan stopped laughing or smiling and looked at you with a broken heart, like you just stabbed him. Yeah, like you betrayed
Jesse.
you betrayed his trust.
But I got the joke because I think it was they announced that they were starting development in 2012.
Yeah.
Or like 2013, something like that.
Well, the
No,
problem
it was
with
supposed to come out like early on the PS3.
yeah.
So they had started development
then
on that game
what
back in like 2005.
The biggest thing I found funny, or like not really like funny, but just kind of interesting, is that the game first started development on the Luminous engine for the same engine that Final Fantasy 15 was on. Their homemade, like house-made engine. They had so much difficulty coding and getting it to work. They decided to go over to Unreal Engine 4 instead, and then everything worked a lot better. And I just found it funny.
It's funny that they couldn't get their own engine to work.
Yeah. For Kingdom Hearts.
I don't know, man. I want to go back and play Kingdom Hearts because I also think it's a cool concept. Final Fantasy and Disney mixed together, because that's almost like Lindsay and I getting married. It's like here you have Disney and here you have Final Fantasy.
You see, Shannon, when
now
you
they
said
come
that
together, but I have no time. Don't look at me like that. I have no time to go back and watch all of the Kingdom Hearts bullshit to get to the point where we are now, because I'm not playing anything other than 1 and 2.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Maybe Chain of Memories because I actually had it on Game Boy and thought it was neat. But I don't care about the Heartless or the Organization 13. I don't care about Xenoblade or whatever his name is.
I
they can all go to hell.
I actually found out from my friend the antagonist's name is Xehanort, which is just hearing Goofy.
Xehanort!
Yeah, that just sounds funny.
Xehanort's Heartless went in the Sora's body.
Whoa! I hope Sora gave him consent. Wow!
Riku, it's Mickey. They put bugs in him. Just I could regurgitate all the Kingdom Hearts garbage, but I love it so much because part of it's like self-aware a little bit. Like there was this one joke that like legitimately got me is so you go around, you like hit you go around in like the Toy Story world and you hit this tank full of helium because there's like balloons and stuff all set up, and then Sora's like voice is actually pitched up, like as you would like if you were to like
take helium.
Yeah, take helium, and then Sora's like, "Oh wow, my voice is different," and then Goofy chimes in. He's like, "Gosh, you sound silly. So do I," because his voice is also pitched up, and then it cuts to Donald, and he's like, in the Donald voice, my voice sounds weird too, but it's the same tone. Like they didn't take the time to pitch his up; they kept his the same.
His was already hard enough to understand.
Yeah. So I legitimately paused the game and laughed.
It makes me. It's weird to think of the people that they got for the game and the people that didn't get for the game. So clearly, Tom Hanks is not reprising his role as Woody. But do you know who plays Woody?
Tim Hanks.
Jim Hanks, his brother.
Hanks. Okay.
Are you serious?
Yes. Jim Hanks plays Woody in Toy Story. They didn't get Tim Allen.
They usually don't get the main ones for games just because they have to pay them so much.
The one that weirded me out was like they couldn't get Mandy Moore, but they got Zachary Levi to play Flynn Rider, but they couldn't get Mandy Moore to play Rapunzel. I was like, what the fuck else is Mandy Moore doing? Especially
because I'm pretty sure they both do the TV series.
Which is just strange.
There's a Rapunzel TV series?
There was, yeah.
Oh, okay.
They couldn't get Johnny Depp to play Jack Sparrow, obviously.
Yeah.
But they did get all the other cast of Toy Stories in it, like John Ratzenberger.
Yay.
And
yeah,
Sean
because
Wallace.
Ham and
Rex. Yeah.
But that's Ham, Rex, and the sergeant, the little like green men, army men. The little alien dudes. Yeah, they are completely different. Like you can tell that they got impersonators and like not the best impersonators.
Well, it's better than what they did with the Lego Dimensions games. Where like Lego Dimensions, I think Jesse just flipped me off, by the way.
No.
Okay. Lego Dimensions, I bought the Ghostbusters pack for it. And I was like, oh, this is going to be fun. It's Ghostbusters. And they literally just took clips from the movie, cut them out, and put them in the game. So it sounded so clearly obvious when they switched to clips from the movie because like the background noise would even be different. And that was just shitty. Like that's cheap as fuck.
I was playing through and the Monsters Inc. world. The plot for it is really weird. It's set after the events of the first movie.
Okay.
But it has the same general plot of them trying to get Boo back to her door.
So it takes place after.
Yeah,
but they're doing the leading.
They're doing the
to...
bit again, and Randall's back, and I'm just like, what? This is weird.
Oh, does Steve Buscemi play Randall in this one? You don't even know who
Almost
Steve
certainly
Buscemi
not.
is.
Well, then again, Buscemi does a lot of like just stuff. Like he ends up showing up in like a bunch of indie movies and all over the place.
Yeah, he seems like a cool
awesome.
guy. Yeah. You know that we're gonna get Johnny Depp.
On the show?
in the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the prima donna wasn't going anywhere near this title.
Or Tom Hanks, or
I'm actually kind of surprised Tom Hanks didn't do it.
I'm more surprised Tim Allen didn't do it.
Yeah, because considering his history with Disney,
Tim Allen's a very proud man.
Tim Allen's a piece of shit.
Yes.
Let's just be honest.
I can't even do it.
Fuck that show too.
Home Improvement.
Yeah, I went there. I hated that show.
It's been so long.
It was okay.
The only thing I liked about that show was Pamela Anderson was on it, like during her hot days.
And
That sounded offensive. She's still hot.
well. There's also what's
this
her
is
name
before
that
Bret
played
Michaels
the,
like burled her out. You know what I mean?
No.
Who was the girl that they had on the show?
That's Pam Anderson.
No, there
She was
was
the
Pam
first
Anderson, the
one,
regular.
and then they
Oh,
replaced her.
the other one? I do not know the other one.
She was on Tool Time. I don't remember her name.
Pam Anderson. Was the first girl from Tool Time. And then they changed her to another one like Lindsay said. They had two.
I don't remember.
You look that up real quick while I talk about how much I
Because
hate
that
show.
show was a weekly occurrence in my house.
Well, of course it was. Your dad's a fucking staunch conservative Republican POS.
I didn't remember Home Improvement being all that.
Home Improvement wasn't, but Tim Allen is.
Yeah, no,
yes,
Tim Allen,
And his new
absolutely.
show now, by the way, sorry, Ethan, that we've cut across from Kingdom Hearts.
No.
Point is, you like it?
Yeah, I do.
And you're going to beat it.
Yeah.
And you're going to play the DLC when they reintroduce Final Fantasy in the DLC pack.
Oh my! I already I was playing it, and I had this thought of 5 years from now they're going to have Final Mix, aren't they?
Yes.
As a new release.
And you can't wait to find Kingdom Hearts 4 coming out in 2029. If you're fucking lucky.
2029.
2099,
Yeah.
along with Miguel O'Hara.
Yeah.
Going back
Deb
to
Dunning.
thank God they didn't have Tool time and fuck Kingdom Hearts. Fuck it all.
Yeah, and
I don't know what I'm
Pamela
trying to say
Anderson
anymore.
was Lisa.
So what exactly do you not like about
Tim
Home
Allen.
Improvement?
It was
What-
popular.
Okay.
Asa called me out once and said, I think it was when I was making fun of King K. Rool, and he said something like, shouldn't you be hating on popular things for no reason or something like that? He's absolutely right. When things get to a certain level of popularity, for some reason I turn on them, unless I truly love them.
Didn't you have something similar with Final Fantasy VII? Because you
Seven's
really
my
got
least favorite, but
you lean so hard into 8.
9.
It's kind of like okay.
9.
'Cause
I lean
remember-
so hard into 9, we're basically in a NASCAR together.
Okay.
And the driver is Rusty Wallace. That's
Yeah,
not a driver, is it?
Shannon does have a tendency to like the less popular of anything that's kind of popular.
Fallout 76.
Fuck yourself.
No, I mean it's legitimately that's something you do
legitimately
like.
Fuck yourself.
No, I'm not saying it's a terrible game. I haven't played it, so I can't really judge anything about it. But I'm you do tend to like some things that are overly considered negative.
If Fallout
is bad
76,
or
if Fallout
not
76 had been widely regarded as amazing, I'd still love it. I mean
Because
more
he
so,
likes Fallout.
Yeah, I mean more so if you take Street Fighter, I like Ken instead of Ryu.
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat, I like Johnny Cage instead of Liu Kang. I always go for the lesser of the popular characters.
Yeah.
I think was Jesse was saying.
He does not prefer Luigi over Mario. That's the one exception to his general rule.
That's true. He's right, and I think part of that is because they made Luigi so
His
goddamn
stupid planking.
weird. Yeah, the planking, the turning around and going bang bang, and they made him so fucking
Now,
stupid.
his glaring in Mario Kart was great.
Yeah.
which wasn't on purpose. That was
Yeah.
just the character.
Yeah.
the character model.
Yeah.
But his once they introduced him into Smash Brothers.
And they've made him so dumb.
They've made him a sniveling weirdo fuck that goes to
was
anime
before
conventions
Smash
dressed
Brothers.
up as
Isn't that
furry
more
characters.
like
They want to take
Haunted
pictures and
Mansion?
they try
I
to
was
look
about
at
to
the
say, it was
skirt.
Luigi's Mansion.
I feel
was,
attacked.
I want to say Luigi's Mansion was the first time you ever saw him as the lanky, tall.
Goober.
In the game, yeah, there was the cartoon show back in the 80s and
He was just kind of a chicken. He wasn't weird.
Yeah, he was relatively normal in that, but
Yeah.
it nowadays
Yeah, he was still the tall, skinny brother though.
Yeah.
There
never
was
mind,
this,
I'm
one-
completely wrong about
There was this one
Haunted
line
Mansion.
in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show that I loved so much. Mario and Luigi are in disguise. They're infiltrating Bowser's base.
yeah,
And they're
the double B.
yeah. And they're at this bar area, and Luigi walks up, slams his hand down on the bar, and he's like, "I'll take a milk." And then Mario runs up, he's like, "In a dirty glass." It was just this stupid one dumb throwaway line that I love so much.
Who would want to be Luigi? So Luigi gets Daisy.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's
She's
the
a cute, sporty tomboy brunette.
She's the best looking cousin at the inbred festival.
Easy.
You know?
Daisy is the best princess.
Oh, well, that's a goddamn lie.
Fuck a fucking Peach.
Because Peach is clearly the best princess
Fuck
forever.
that bitch.
Well, I see next week's poll.
Peach is number 3.
It says Peach, and then the other option is fuck that bitch. But the other option is fuck that bitch. You know, it's the same thing.
I'm glad that this is the uncensored show because I tried to earlier in the episode I almost said fuck, but I said oh fuck.
No, you can say fuck on this show.
Oh, thank fucking
Absolutely.
God.
It's fucking welcome. Why is Daisy better than Peach? Is it her stupid hair or dead eyes? The fact that she only costs a solid $5?
It's her literally everything. She is all around a better princess.
Though
saying that strictly on the-
if there's
And she
anything,
ain't fucking Bowser.
if there is anything that Peach is better at Daisy than Daisy,
Looking
it's
attractive?
getting captured by Bowser.
Yeah, because she's
That's-
more attractive.
Yeah.
Because if you go to the store, you don't want an old grape, green piece of meat. You want that fresh red meat that you can just dig your teeth into. It's juicy. And you get it all over your face. You don't want that old, dried up, milk bone sitting in the corner.
I like my space waifu. Thank you very much.
Rosalina?
Yeah.
Rosalina's number 2 on the list. Peach is 3. She
Hey.
is 3rd
Of
3.
We agree that Rosalina's number 2.
She at least has a decent backstory.
Hey, well, let's ask the
That made
women.
me cry.
Who would you rather bang? Mario or Luigi?
None of the above.
Mario's got a little bit
The
more
correct
meat on his
answer is
bones.
Toad.
Oh
Because
no!
he's shaped like a dick.
You
I
can
get
just
your reference.
You can just shove him straight inside of
No,
It just
Hey, that's where Peach pulls it from when, does it
I am
in
aware.
the move. And then
you. Toad, where have you been? You don't want to know.
Wow.
hits with that hard counter.
Yeah. Oh, it's so good. It
where
hits so hard.
Where
Fuck
the counter
Daisy.
was weird in the game. It's like he throws out stink clouds or something.
Yeah, I don't understand the gas attack.
Yeah.
What are you insinuating?
Yeah, no, it's
Oh,
just it's Daisy. Daisy is the correct answer. It's
I mean, if the question was who's the uglier princess, she is definitely the correct answer. I'm sorry. Truth time.
now you wrong though.
Truth bombs.
I think they're all beautiful.
Being
Those
wrong
women,
don't hurt though. It's all right.
Yeah. I think they're all beautiful.
I like that
because
we're
women-
arguing over who's more attractive.
No, who's the better princess? Because the answer
Oh, was
is
that
Daisy.
the question?
Yeah.
Oh, well, probably Daisy.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of being a monarch,
Yeah.
probably Daisy.
In terms of everything that's ever happened to Peach. No, because Peach had her own game where she had to save Mario.
yeah, and she used the power of feminine emotions.
Exactly. It was way ahead of its time. Daisy
Yeah.
doesn't have a game. Actually, Daisy did have a game. I think it was called. Wasn't it called Big Mother Truckers or?
Big
I don't
mother
understand where the
truckers.
Daisy being a redneck comes from. I'll be honest. I was wondering if there was story behind that.
Plus the fact that Daisy's dating Luigi automatically puts her 5th place.
Is she actually dating Luigi?
I'm pretty sure that's
that's the coupling people always put her with because it's Peach and
Who
Mario.
are they going to put with Wario?
Waluigi. Wa Peach.
Wapichu?
My
Bowsette.
brain
Yeah.
does not need to image these ships at all.
You don't want to hear him.
You
just going,
want to
"Wah!"
abandon the ship?
Yes.
We're not even. We're not even going to bring Bowsette into this.
Then it's just like,
Because
Why is that a thing?
Then we can talk about how Bouette is better.
I don't think I haven't seen enough of Bouette. I have seen a porn starring Bowsette though. So
I was just trying to make more controversy.
Allie, you've been awfully quiet during this conversation.
I wonder why.
because it's just like three grown men being like, this is attractive. Well, this is also attractive.
Plus, if you're talking about Smash Brothers, especially, there are so many better options in Smash Brothers. Zero Suit Samus has to be at the top of most lists.
Snake.
Well, they got,
Although they did deflate his butt.
no, he
which-
worked it out.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, okay, if we're talking about men, what man would you want to just wrap around you? The answer would clearly be Little Mac. He literally trains. That dude is he pops that shirt
He's
off.
got to be hot and sweaty though.
You're gonna talk about
and
that in the
stinky.
game with Ken and Ryu.
Oh, shit.
Right there.
Well, no, Ryu would never want
There's
to have
also
sex
the
with you.
Belmonts.
Ken is married too.
Oh, okay, hold on. Couple things. One, Ken is married.
Yes.
And his wife is super hot and blonde.
Supermodel, if I remember right.
He's out.
Yeah.
Ryu is like Ash. He doesn't think about anything but fighting. You could strut your little ass in front of him and he would never notice.
And then
Because
what are
he's
you
more
gonna do?
interested in
What are you
Ken.
gonna do? Just go up to Pokemon Trainer and just I hate the voice for the male Pokemon trainer so much in Ultimate.
Please don't make a sexual reference about the Pokemon trainer who's 11 years old.
No, I was gonna be more like.
But he's in a 30-year-old.
I was gonna be like, go. I was gonna be like, go Pikachu. Or it's no, he has go Squirtle. That's what it sounds like.
pretty good. I hate that. And Allie, too, whoever mentioned the Belmonts, maybe Lindsay. They're from a time where people didn't bathe properly.
Yeah.
So they got
So
dead
you're saying the
vampires.
smell's gonna be.
There's dead vampire stink all over that body.
They're just gonna smell like man.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
He doesn't have to take you out for dinner. He just punches a wall. There's a turkey.
you don't even need to cook.
Eat your wall turkey, Allie.
It's like
It's a rotisserie. It's already cooked and everything.
He sets it out on the table. He's like, "Oh wait, excuse me," because there's a candle on the table, and he just
Whips
on the table.
He whips the turkey and it goes into pieces for everybody.
Yeah, like just.
All right, Allie,
All on
which
faces.
Smash Brothers
I don't-
characters would you like to bone
I don't
most?
want to answer this question because this is not what I think about.
See, you're thinking about it right now. Just answer real quick.
Off the top of your head.
Off the top of your head.
I mean, considering I was the one that mentioned the Belmonts,
Which one, Richter or Simon?
why not both?
Oh, shit!
Allie's stepping in that Mandy roll real
Allie's
well.
hardcore.
She gonna get spit roasted.
Jesus Christ.
Jesus.
And not on their whip.
Just don't evade taxes. Yoshi. Yoshi evades taxes.
I don't know what this reference is.
I also don't get this.
Also,
reference.
Allie, I don't know why you wouldn't pick Yoshi. That tongue, wow. Just shoots it right up there.
and then pulls her in like that.
Oh
would
my
go-
God.
That sounds horrifying.
You don't know what it's like till you've been in the mouth of a Yoshi.
Oh Jesus!
And then put into an egg.
It's
There's
so-
got to be.
Well, what
there's
about
gotta
Kirby?
be uncomfortable.
What about Kirby? Or what about D2D? I bet he'd be great after sex cuddles.
Nah, DDD's too fat. Girls
No,
don't
that's
like
why
fat
it'd be
guys.
great. Because have you seen the way he like just kind of leans down? He's like, "Hey,
Conversation.
how's it going?"
I'd say the Fire Emblem characters, but they're only interested in each other. Just a giant fucking sausage spitfire.
I mean, there's female Robin
And Corin.
Yeah.
and Lucina.
And Lucina. Yeah, there's three.
There's a lot of them.
What?
Your turn to answer the question.
Yes, Lindsay, join us. Who do you want to get spit roasted by? Which two characters?
What is the term spit roasted?
So
Think about it for a
Nathan,
second.
don't ask that.
No, like that. I mean,
that's where Richter. That's where Allie's leaving. 'cause
Allie's out.
she's
She's gone.
doing the Belmont walk too.
That's where Richter's behind her, and Simon's in front of her, and there's penis going in both
Oh, so
sides.
shish kebabbing.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then she's slowly turning
Oh, okay. I
around the penises
gotcha.
over a fire.
Now that just
Because
sounds
it's the
like
Belmonts. There's the fire involved.
Yeah.
There's always fire. It's holy fire too. Lindsay. Lindsay,
I
are you
don't
there?
really feel like I should grace this with an answer.
You absolutely should.
You have to really.
yeah.
Oh, fine. I mean, if you go back with my stupid like anime obsession, if I had to pick just one, I'd probably pick Ike.
Yeah.
Why did I fucking know that?
I assume she was
That's
going to
because
say.
Ike is the sexiest man on that roster.
I thought she was going to say Cloud. To be honest,
Have you seen those biceps?
I mean,
no one picks Wario. That's the important thing.
oh, well, now I have a duty to pick Wario.
No,
No.
victory. But at what cost?
Oh god, if I had to choose, if it had to be like dudes, definitely like Snake, D2D, or Wario.
DDD's a big old penguin.
Man,
though.
He's
just all
like
over
just-
the map.
Well, I mean, like D2D is like a larger dude, and I
He's
I
a
imagine,
dude,
like-
but he's a penguin.
yeah, but
You might as well pick Star Fox.
that's a different situation.
No, it's not, because he's a penguin. It's the same thing.
Actually, it's better with Star Fox because he's less shaped like,
He's just like a fur. He's like Billy with his mask on. You know?
God damn it. He's got a tail and ears.
And you-
Other
but
than
it's
that, he
just-
looks like a
but
person.
D2D's got that wonderful Texan accent.
Only in the show, not in the game.
Yeah, otherwise it's just
So Ethan wants to bang a fat guy and a
no,
bird.
or snake, or snake, a fat guy, bird, or a snake.
And Allie's back here with us.
Yeah.
Lindsay's answer was Ike, which I support.
If you had to choose dudes,
She picked one. You picked two.
well,
I mean, I would pick Richter between those two.
Well, if you're banging Richter and Simon, then that's like
wouldn't
it's not like
isn't
grandson
there-
and
I was gonna say, is it like grandpa and grandson?
That's
you
some-
get on the front,
Okay.
Richter.
Richter just went full fry.
Meanwhile,
Went back and had sex with his grandpa.
I like to think that Alucard's in the corner masturbating because
No, Grant Dynasty is there recording it.
he can't leave the darkness.
Grant Dynasty is recording the whole
There's no
thing.
Grand and Nasty. No one cares about him anymore.
I do.
Allie, do you regret
I want to
your
see
decision?
cute Tumblr like yaoi pictures of Grant Dynasty with the group from Castlevania 3. What?
I think he went too far.
Well, yeah, it wouldn't be on Tumblr anymore because they're like, oh hey,
They can only do softcore now.
yeah.
I would pick probably Zero Suit, and I would take her out to dinner. I'm not like old sluts over there who wants to get fucking fire roasted by the
The
Belmont
question
clan.
is, which one would you sleep
Oh, okay.
with?
Oh, was that the question?
Yeah, that's what you asked.
Well, like,
Yeah.
so
Oh, my bad.
sleep
I
with
apo-
or just like have sex with? Because I always like sleep with to me just means like, oh, we're just cuddling.
Sleep with is what you say when you're like when
don't
you're
want-
like 16 or 17 and you want to convince the girl to lay in bed with you, but you don't want it to seem like you're doing anything bad.
that's Netflix and chill from the aughts.
Right.
Oh, okay.
No, you get into bed with someone, you're banging.
Okay.
Anyone that touches my bed gets banged. Bob's found that out many times.
Go back to the Thanksgiving show for
Son
evidence.
of a
folks.
bitch.
You
oh, no,
did
like
that
the
to
2 years ago.
yourself.
You banged yourself, Shannon.
I got to turn your mics down now. Everyone's all excited.
I'm sorry. Well, I mean,
Yelling about banging.
tits and dick.
Also, was it necessary to specify Zero Suit Samus? It's both Samus.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
What about Zero Suit?
Surely she
Dark
would take
Samus?
off the armor.
But
Or maybe you're into the armor.
okay, but okay, if you're into the armor, that's fine. But I feel like Samus in the armor is like, why would you want to buy the bag of
would be
pistachios
like-
that are shelled for $1.50? Spend the extra 50 cents, get it de-shelled, so that way you don't have to work for it. Like, I'm sorry, I find Zero Suit to be more attractive than a giant piece of armor.
She could take the armor off.
Yeah, but again, it's not as
Just leave the
I
helmet
don't,
on.
I don't want to work for it.
What about Piranha Plant?
Too soon. I need some time.
Piranha Plant's got those DSLs.
I need some time alone with the Piranha
Yeah, but they
Plant.
get a lot of teeth.
yeah,
A
but
lot
you
of
can like
teeth.
tell them no teeth.
I don't
You
think
can
that's
tell
how
them that
works
all
with
you
the
want, but
Piranha Plant.
if they're not good at it, they're going to use teeth.
Yeah.
Trust me, I know from experience, dude.
I mean, I've tried. Okay, I'm sorry.
A lot of sex tonight on the show.
Yeah.
It's trying to. We tried to fill the Mandy void, and we overcompensated.
Well, apparently, old gangbang over there wants to have the void filled by the whole Belmont clan.
I mean, have you seen Soma Cruz?
Yes, I have.
That's a very.
But he's not a
attractive-
Belmont.
In fact, a threesome is not
Oh, yeah,
a
that's right,
gangbang.
he's not.
Let's.
It's so, how old
you
is
think
So-
it's
actually
just-
how old is Soma Cruz?
I have no idea.
Because
I
I
don't
see
know the
that
man
and I
personally.
think like that's solid like 18-20 range. But knowing my luck, it's like, oh hey, Soma Cruz is actually 16. It's like great, cool, thanks anime.
I don't know what.
I'm
just
sorry, I
happened.
thought we were having a legitimate discussion about banging video game characters.
And you sullied it by bringing ages into it.
How old is
Soiled
D?
They're video game characters. Doesn't matter how old they are. Video game characters don't
So
have
they don't
rights.
matter?
Yeah.
Huh?
If you sexually identify as a baby Mario, and that's what you get off on, oh, I can't even finish this joke.
All right.
Everything about
So,
that was bad.
yeah,
I'm,
I feel
I'm really glad you
so
stopped.
Yeah.
dirty.
Are you
Right
There
now.
was
Squid?
nowhere that could possibly go.
No.
Or a kid? Are you a squid or a kid?
Oh god.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we only have a couple minutes left.
Where
Sorry.
did this go?
Let's try to clean this up by talking about our favorite.
I don't think Trainwreck hits it.
Well, it's like the train wrecked, but it wrecked into like a sex store.
and
and
so
it's
there's
one of
just dildos everywhere.
Yeah, it's one of those dirty sex stores like in The Punisher where
They
the guy's
just
like,
got annihilators all lining the wall.
there's a wall that says 18
And the train
plus,
is like going in
But that
and
means
out
inches.
of the sex store.
but the other side says 18 minus.
Oh
no.
no.
That's the kind of sex store you're at right now. Oh,
18 years young.
Let's try to pick out our favorite Disney villain real quick to make ourselves feel a little bit better. What's
I'm
yours?
just gonna be thinking about who Disney villain I would have sex with now. I blame you. Shannon.
Maybe I was wrong when I said you don't need a girlfriend. Maybe you do need a girlfriend.
Yeah.
Or at least a really good sex doll, because they make them really realistic now.
But they're also super expensive.
Like $2,000.
I could buy a sex doll, or I could just straight up buy like a Donkey Kong arcade machine and get the same pleasure from it.
Allie, I'm going to address this question to you because Ethan's lost his mind. What's your favorite Disney villain?
The guy doctor.
The
The
I
guy
feel like when I say
doctor.
his name wrong.
Facilier?
Yes.
Yes,
Him.
Dr. Facilier is
Dr.
awesome.
Facilier from The Princess and the Trog.
Also, have not seen that film.
What? I'm
You're
finding-
killing me here.
You're killing me.
But you rewatched the Fast and Furious movies?
Oh yeah, we need to have a discussion
Watched
about
them
that.
for the first time.
That's not what Asa said.
No.
I rewatched like the first 3 so I could remember what happened.
Asa threw you under the bus hard
Yeah.
yesterday on the show.
Yeah, no, those are a guilty pleasure movie for me. I will admit that. I don't know
wrong with
why
that.
I enjoy those films, but I really do.
Jesse, who's your favorite Disney villain?
Dr. Doom.
Oh, you fuck yourself too. No, that doesn't count.
Okay.
That doesn't count.
Actual Disney.
Fantastic Four is
villain.
not in the Disney universe.
They are now.
but not that movie.
Disney owns them.
But not that movie. That was made by a
Disney
different
owns
company. No,
Marvel.
that's not true.
Okay, well, ignoring Marvel and Star Wars, who is your favorite Disney villain?
Oh, fuck. Because I was going to hit you with Star Wars next. That was a good catch, Lindsay.
I ain't as dumb as I look. Thank you.
She's smarter than the average bear.
No, that's
Wait a
bear.
minute. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, because I was going to hit you with Darth Vader next, but then you had to go and say no, no Star Wars too. Man, I don't know. Scar? No, Jafar.
Jafar.
What about Jaskar? he's a lion that can grant wishes.
He's a lion genie.
The lion genie.
I always liked Jafar.
They're fused together.
I also really like the. Oh God, what was the bad guy's name in Coco?
Shit.
De La Cruz.
Yeah, De La Cruz.
He's not really a villain though. He's
What do
just
you mean
an
he's not a
asshole.
villain?
He's just an asshole.
He killed a man for his music.
And then he was about to kill another man for his music.
Yeah,
I haven't-
double kill.
He's about to second kill a guy.
I don't need to see the movie anymore.
No, it's fine.
Oh shit! Have you not seen that?
Correct.
You still need to watch it. It's really
Yeah.
I mean,
good.
that's a
It's so
We
pretty
also
good.
really did. I mean,
That's a pretty big spoiler. I mean,
Yeah.
you can kind of guess it immediately, but Lindsay, what about you? What's your favorite Disney villain? Wait, I know
You-
this.
you know who
it's
my
Maleficent.
uh-huh.
Maleficent.
But I also have a soft spot for Hades. Because
They-
Hades is hilarious.
They make Maleficent
I do
sexier.
love
And
sexier
I love
every
Ursula.
year.
God damn, I love Hades. I'm going to change my answer. It's Hades now.
You know, I didn't like Ursula as much as I thought I would because she was like, I thought there was like more development to her, but it was literally just me witch, me want crown.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was barely in it, really.
I know.
Like I expected more. It was mostly just that little spoiled teenage brat crying because she couldn't get a fork.
But Maleficent is my favorite. She is the mistress of all evil.
Surprised, Allie, you didn't say Oogie Boogie.
it's a good one too. But I still.
Mother Gothel's really good too.
Oh yeah, I don't need to watch Tangled anymore because I beat Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah, that's pretty much the entire story there. My favorite villain is Elsa.
Elsa's not the villain. She was originally
Isn't she though?
She was originally going to be the villain, but technically Hans is the villain in that movie.
Fine.
Well, I don't need to see Frozen anymore.
Fine. Magneto.
I really like.
you stole my shtick.
Can I say mine?
I thought you already did.
No, I didn't.
No.
Oh,
No,
okay. Who's yours?
You skipped over me because I was.
Because you
being-
can't get dicks off your
started talking
brain.
about
Yeah,
sex.
that's true. But honestly, it's the Shadow Man from Princess and the Frog.
That's Dr. Facilier.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
The
just
voodoo priest.
Yeah, the voodoo priest.
Yeah.
I
He
thought
has
it was
the
really
best
cool.
song.
Let's
Yes.
keep David.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, I love
and
Keith
just,
David.
I really liked how like
See,
long
you
and
gotta
lanky
watch
and
it.
sly
Yep.
he was.
I haven't actively avoided
Yes.
it. It's just never
They-
come up.
And the
The animators
now.
purposely
Okay.
tried to make him a combination of Samuel L. Jackson and Michael Jackson.
I always like.
Did you ever watch Future Man? Have you ever watched Future Man yet?
Not yet.
Keith David's in that film as well.
Oh.
Or TV show.
All right.
sorry.
I guess I'll say my favorite villain is Prince John from Robin Hood.
Oh, okay. Sorry, my brain stopped for a second.
Fairness, there are a lot of princes named John.
But are they lions that suck their thumb and want their mom?
Nope.
I identify with that. Sucking your thumb and saying you want your mom. Oh! Let's talk more about the sex stuff. Why is it that
Sorry.
Samus only has one winning animation? She opens her legs and says, "Come here, boys."
No, there's two. Remember?
Not,
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about sexy women, and we didn't even mention Bayonetta.
No, I said what meant.
Well then,
Bayonetta's like Wolverine. She's an X-Man.
God
oh I get it. Okay,
damn it.
but that still doesn't make me any less attracted.
You're stuttering, stammering over your own words. You're so hard on for Bayonetta. I hate Bayonetta. I'm gonna
Why?
be honest.
Okay.
Katie.
Ooh.
Katie made me hate Bayonetta because
Do
she
we-
loved her so much.
Do we want to go down that rabbit hole again?
No. I just
Okay.
she made me dislike Bayonetta, and plus, like, I don't like the games. I don't like her. I don't like that it was It was like, so a man created Bayonetta, made her overtly sexual, and then people are like, she's a feminist icon. It's like, I feel like when a man creates it, it's a little different. Allie, can you back me up on that? Am I right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Now, how do you feel about the Neptunia games?
Again, they're just overly sexualized games for boys.
Designed by a woman.
What?
Yeah.
Women do that?
Yeah.
I guess I have a lot to learn. You've opened my eyes.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, I just kind of like went up to your eyelids and just like, hey,
Thank you, Ethan.
you're welcome.
Thank
you
for doing
like,
this.
letting me be on the show.
Hey, you're welcome. We got our one in for the year.
Yeah.
We'll see you in 2020, buddy.
Oh,
You used it so early.
Now I feel bad. I feel like
I kid. All right, we do got to get out of here, though. Want to thank you guys for listening. Want to thank Ethan and Allie for being here on Thursday with us. Allie, I want to apologize to you personally for everything that happened tonight. Lindsay, you're fine.
Yeah. I'm used to this crap.
And for those of you that are out there listening, keeping score, Allie says she wanted to have a 3-way with 2 men. Good night, everybody.